I'm really scared. I've clearly speared my veins with gear prepared in rinsed with bleach and shared with crims that each did tear the skin within that reeking near can't go Brasco one man. It fits 5 to 6 of us guys who quickly just strive to swiftly suck, slide it up right in plunge sight, that blood inside the cunt reliance much. These guys have jumped to sign me up. My reply to an angry female dealer's mad demands for compliance come pry pants from my done fried can't one fuck find, and stunned by Frank's beans flickering trance dreams. I'm not at all capable of complaining, taking a rail full of cocaine at 8 in the AM. AZING ass of a lady named didn't stay when she made her way in the sustem room at the take minute. Just let 'em say things that begin with less than sincere. You're certain gear for work in Mirador curtains and even floor pervs room where the law stirs wombs with a long harm to the wrong dunes who had numb garments from the wrong dude who sold Novocaine as coke and throat no pain from the rope and noose. Can no one framer spoke with my go on playing life selection Lee I son orifice her or if missed first 4-inch listed cord in gripped hurt floor in distance more than 6 lengths of a poor insistent never sure then if spent leg a pulled getting time of money clock a funny rocker off his dumb knee cock to hung free flops for one wee spot the unseen cock to dump seams on her seeming semen seized in deepened feet by reaming least increasing reach from penis seen to she's wish being to see this evening's been ditched reconvening of trees with which feed off of sea with letters of B.E. stings got me dick itchy sit Josh needs it scratched and I have 100 years backlog of pissed off partners who wish to rip Josh fast as a fit with 6 dots shard that's been slipped in quick dropped after to prick some bitch getting scotched on the carpet on cock for apartments want knots fours and starving stop not poor enough an example to get a feed will never seed see whether leave the web seeds first set of weeks months whatever needs unit if measurements whatever bend I have morals now more than most if not all or more than all else to be rated by stealthy dilated eyed help me fried statesman by shelfing 9 anus dot held in wide spaces times delved in by a list type swelled in the brain faded to wealthy find ages for to still be signed your rapist all right to the inner sanctum fight then a minute max run trying to in her smash pump lie there and slip that lapse one gets a stacks unfiltered English phonetic characters manage a mission from where the snatch cunt sat stumped as in ran rungs around where years are found then is one's roused from spare Z's that come out to share with their peers Z's of the many and queers the Z's that capitalize at acting like guys that have things for guys at back in your right lad smash it or quite slack casting sook type of dash in front foot high place sat in one time when took right in my left that's in good rider's hands put mine to grand foot wide dick hangs should try give span the good fried have answering you should write to me again thanks but no repeat of it thankless for neither it's fancy shit eaters with least or rich piece of shit leaking dick synonymous brand name pen the fountain found in a round thin great pounds 10 gaped drowning do not research it mates in 2 lots 3 ducker tapes where aliens recorded on VHS imitations of earthly lake natives true face make with young any MUS unanimous fuck her cause I seen her anywhere where anytime to her and eat him planning to put the cum and the on me into someone oh I mean into come on dumb non-literary ones gone and drunk come from some hung John Deere giving headlights face gaze and the arsonist amazed my shard on dick Lexi's are sexy hard memory for repressed scenes part of my head deemed sick beyond let me dick be non-lending unrelenting coming drenching some thin breath in nothing separate to the chuck in next to categorical strung inflections of methyl bet head of dickheaded shrink head red did head let him get red this and shrinks opposite almost entirely drop the quick L speaking before thinking for a week been on a binge sin under least of the shun amends making try to relieve insufferable gate swings will or fucking just stay being shut for the case scene in which fuckwits are placed be in hell or up in heaven where slits in breed and not one thing bleakest the properties needed for property leases not to be squashed if the realistic ate my pussy agent ertion as well sees the monstrosity demon only side fist willy though inside the cunts and even dumber typo red things much too hard for 8 to seeking a newborn you porn true storm blew from west east north to south Australia for mouth on anal F guard to stave off ran away from butt escape he come detain his D drains leaves these babes finds unpregnant fuck to you for real yo I can't flash in public open mouth face someone we call the cops 911 this is Australia we are called 000 get on with your shit story snitch or be ripped shortly or I need fit 40 off and dick jaw the rest in exceptional fit for the PERPOSEUPERVE host to servos fuel PURCH dose of Frank to slow the PANCO breadcrumbs hopes and head from the nope years of 8K why are boys question says well I annoyed every mate in my appointed set of 8 divided oi by meth for days big fryer Dr. Best mate provided the fit slide up and disquiet the shit night of the tips by it was quick nice but slide back in kappa fit mine not they smack their dick capping attract maximum bitch at binge backpack with a map of dim backwards low KSHUNDAY night tits are coming IWITHMILKYOUDUMMY side noises echo chamber and vision sways you think is the mate in which quickly say thanks for your Mrs. Mate I'm not at all capable of complaining taking a rail full of cocaine at 8 in the AM AZING ass of a lady named didn't stay when she made her way in the sustem room at the take minute just let 'em say things that begin with less than sincere you're certain gear for work in Mirador curtains and even floor pervs room where the law stirs wombs with a long harm to the wrong dunes who had numb garments from the wrong dude who sold Novocaine as coke and throat no pain from the rope and noose can no one framer spoke with my go on playing life selection Lee I son orifice her or if missed first 4-inch listed cord in gripped her floor in distance more than 6 lengths of a poor insistent never sure then if spent leg a pulled getting time of money clock a funny rocker off his dumb knee cock to hung free flops for one wee spot the unseen cock to dumb seams on her seeming semen seized in deepened feet by reaming least increasing reach from penis seen to she's wish being to see this evening's been ditched reconvening of trees with which feed off of sea whiz letters of B.E. stings got me dick itchy sit Josh needs it scratched sex drugs end of parole expects much less when that rolls around cause drug fueled sluts dual wielding my tongue and my suck able really nice mustn't you not go for a ride low falling size blow warm and white loads thrown for the wide smiling low scoring IQ ties and trying new things each time blew me with blind blind dude been disguised to see if I'd booby squeeze, trying to read this blind loopy of him to be inclined truthfully to provide toothy, sorry 2 cents on this, so like sue me, and no try Julie, those 5 new sweet think might ruby if my scrutiny ditch my crew of 369 nearly 3 with times moving, see get my duty free liquor store shit in the middle to 4/5 of the slips and it falls missing, original thought wished and decision that calls getting delivered from pregnant telephones, expectant the smell of blown erections, envelopes rendered soaked with entrenched at postal location of a also say some dog divinations, beginner ghost within at most a millinope for real the toast, machine speaks to me, lean in a little please if the middle piece receival slot gets any whiff of me in the conceivably not long till seen to feature the bathtub in addition to eating feeds prepping areas beat it please I'd like to leave this demon steeped keen dom least scene one beast of a d-dom meat whatever you seek on heat if a cheek from cheek split and keep from each with a keep on leak within weeks strong prig on each of both of the polar opportunities swallow for what the view the seat the whole you're not a prude agree for what's for you to read on stops short hugely each way form shape known to make one home bill as the prelude loan you my skateboard cones if thy great lords only I'd say board sown seed Jesus be cone free needs and has phoned each reef dispenser the ether depends or aretha gets strangling urethra's next and cancel into weeks of 6 to hang up then there reeks of dicks you handle in you vandal bins huge sandals tin dudes and a pen apprenticeships are cancelled Stan and Netflix subscriptions brands all pretend to wish humans still define their just as plans while such that can will and has had and handled but carry gym style very grim smile tearing and dialogue strictly carefree whim cycle bring teetle slim tight holding fight bell inside swells begin look her belly is bulging all the dick bulk king just came to crash it felt like adultery expo nan Shelley be fucking this erection expects to be feared respected and cheered on with excessive revered wanted head definitely near one's next step or 3 queers instead get to each rear end detriment some obscene near death level rectal come leak clearly one even some 3 scum breed run rampant in streets from to be leaking each one beat in rear months sleeping near some deeply dear come leaders clear unfreeze but fear none of the unspeakable years on beyond some heaps hard to hear on the packaging date if while you ate this vile place is what might all say of ill so far not that nice whole waste of spaced old case in case of the vulva faced with retraced his trip to make it quick less straight and dick best rated trips get rated dick left plated chips veg mates new chick fresh faced with tit sensations if press play one did set crazed undid left to spray cum should this eventually reach best place come fruition one is to sit cunt of stunning cute bitch on the tongue in through dick wank and lung bring to shrink or want to unshrink lungs income bring some pump this one's blood with O2 while the host crew sees no dudes in the bone few or few hundred have known to if true lover of going through fuck after homes who's in I'm going soon to be left unanswered forget bout as one can't surely leg broad about level with head for the pounding till dead portion wow out of topic and off focus Josh knows this. What's not known is why am I speaker of do your vocab you'll harry as tiles can't be many as my old arch plenty who cast then as the last enemy one must retard endlessly to say he's clocked that temptingly to any he's close by when this leaves the so wide when he speaks cause so fried then he's least like no by any degrees of oh mites or can it be reason to panicking seasons due mannequin speaking humanity leading new plans to me even who's franking me recently and hasn't even been leaving any lambskin sheets either me eyes upon it I've been able to recollectualize up one of my who's a strong candid hate to fuck my shit up wrong you don't me beebs long and grown penis meanest sheared expressions of peer pressure in sexually steered spent the Decembers in years directing extended in clear measure defending its ears betting on sending the gear bender to heaven for sheer shame of the menstrual tears mainly contemptible queers blamed for Josh Len dribble here there and essentially we are clear contenders weird on benders just playing bad credit rating sad never making a bad rating greatly the next him say 3 no make that the next update free of and meth must pay with heaps wrong sexual plaything become a more effective set of arrange the means 1 2 and end known send home loan unknown within known scope of natural living be length cones licking the sex flown tickle but head shown literally legs bout to fit in me X shown before 63 eggs going to whinge a seed left no little shit in the best home for a dick that's been said known to be less unlike than one might expect a baby's arm with an apple in its hand than an actual baby's arm with an apple in its hand can in facts to wall spray me calm it's an amazing blasting arm sorry blessing farm dropping the stress inclined to be pressing things aren't bad too methy things some pH aggravational bags misplaced the balls wag the tail all day but haven't faced the real sad come patient small one maybe more like lesser percent ever blessed with a glance yes of lesbians pants less than legs being strangled round left to kneecaps found and sexually doubt now can any of these house hold back from when these d asterisk cow sets of set she free mouth spends let's unpress in this tongue to see the specially fine if beat up with end of dick some can't recharge their credit to text to speech fun displeased with texting each cunt which sleaze and detestably fun misdeeds wish to pepper me hung with knees next door yep to the tongue rings please get in next to for 1 2 cheese hundreds of photos videos on with no slow lick the blown knob good spit me load on should you lick the flow from good dick 60 oh so strong could multiply buys of any dick but divine size plenty thick sulking time cries and results of trying life in a culpable to Cupid's bulge and all being useless a couple balls penis loseth his priest did see head to it to keep it his penis Cupid did recently shoot his shit least of which use had increasing chicks rooted capacity capability gaps arse and V placed for really beside age high NAS UK spy in class I mean transport and roads main line in last ditch relying tasks to dining fast declining past the whining aren't the Himalayas pink rock salt the fine pink shard that shots fault every not all sharing what's bold scary lock old very got sold nearly off hold of this varied socks pole steering dog's bowl movements bowel movements I did choose to have sent I'm frightful of strangers to think what demons lie disguised within faces personality traits applied but in layers the hiding invaders the mind when complacent assigned a line or a wavelength as time entwined decline the attainment of finely arranged senses and mighty courageous fight the unblind apply to assailants set in to pry into crazedness, temptation's eyes reside in then waves sent, rising tides of vices, enslavement to die and then face its defiant prideful and plague sent final detainment behind the fire, the flames and cries immense, the heights of desire to try again though its final entities find all since in infinite time dormant, blind, torn, ripped apart, lives all spent and behind false tense with a length indeed time force spent short of any effort to find or tend an adequate method to try and call length, define all then can never be by any mind called men's, afraid of but destined to find more tense affected by wild stench defecate eyeballs then eat them again in a vile pre-engineered tie all in for defy laws in the name of the pride swollen, miles away entirely then faithlessness might ascend traded for fire within basements for I can't see any point in sharing idle exchanges why call when aimless why stall things haste to apply calls for higher appraisement why all the games then? When I talk in vain it's a quite short exchange and caused by your displacement of wise thoughts with tainted a sly thought thinks may entail the type of highball then brazen deny all things raised in the rival dissuasion to by all inaneness and eyesore in wavelengths applied more in spaces behind snorting rails of white your ingratiate arse is more than certain to score and first in the foremost working and whores go further beyond no jerk on earth could be called close you're a person with almost nothing of worth between your nose and emergence of all those hairs that turn into a maul out not a mullet cock and ball less copper bullet Josh refuels whip then hocks a zippo off the fuel lids drops still fuel drip to stop your foolish cock and ball fictitious lot of cool shit to mid-odds of evening one Stevens out of agreements with adamant semen contraption that glands penis at hand beaten at stand seen with that glance deepest back can't keep this snap bang he's pick of attract mean dicks with means which with to income stream repeat within swing come dream reseat this bitch dumb clean hips v tits between width we wish to see unclean mistreatment occur with deeds sent on permanent return not heard of indecent lot burned to death neither want word with meth and the needle drop turned obsessed with demeanor observant sex disappear cock her ingested with amiga swap her investments in the needs of lost Hermie left in the speed of shot rinsed and permapress relearn the dressing to work and stress bring you earned it misting you worm arrest bring to the Burma lesbian crew to rework the next swing too far further west being who Lee Bruce works for Jess Truce first for rest grew worth a text regroup sperm at rescue girl from a world confess not to twerk stop yet but I'm forked off head good night worst offset with a central O to opposite swap those split chop close with spot yo clit top nose this wog close stick to a not so shit 10 inches minus too fine as who well hell I mean by the whiner tubey less you why let's do be in my drew best you seen pictures of sex groups inscriptions to test do these minge in the less used been Indians least pressed through scenes rings of these west earners less murder bed rest word furnish let her birthing stretch for burning press con stern talking to weren't caulking blue birds watching through third off if you perch off is UF ace this product knob suck first thirsty callers balls worse than blue if it's small worth induced for the call her a new cunt not broken in no bloke can swing low as both broken shins owed both to spring throat into ding-alling known to fuse women when poking through both or few openings hope that you know it's been though a crude rotation fuse is the reverse of the actual verb of the smash to kill activity if I was in Melbourne maybe there would be a small chance making fall pants aching balls cramps invading adult plans for absolute smashed holes dampness from splashed walls and it's from that small area all the way out the back the hall the area preparing drugs while sat upon the tall lit toe lat tie lot tea-lut wee slut doing her sweet slut during a wee butt moving routine you didn't she viewing her sweet cunt from truly beneath such that the losing of pee gushed on to you viewing she once I do this degree in rude things convene with technological leaps into the future that eat lick and can root ya receive dick and be tutor let reasoning get through to ya exceed what you spent through the month by 23 times the set you by far out figure 8 bigger weight nigga straight split figure skate bitch
00 defunct alas farcical functioning past basket full flung with galas arse in full punts think al fart half dam winged full dumping poo all over the human foe to call over true not in plans swapping stance droppings slammed scondi in them lost HIS ends got these plans not been spent properly crammed lots of this can drop or be animosity and them what's with me angrily postulated at odds to 8 to probably rat at off with me make good off the tree make foot soccer kicks at break top of this week way lost and in need of a stop at this really rock but team needs shot and in drop at rim v old genic top that's been responding to offers in the odds of a offered in the shop summit want to and shit shopping at covered it denying teen epidemics epipen stick into chest rendered band the session it relenting lipped with defensive measures will as milling with between cause them shits a metaphor oracle jaw shake tilt or straight pulled real roar gret killed more plates field to gorge a mille for date deal dolomite balls sway till blow do white worm weight still decay your gate will slide for a fill decay all day chill night for any alarms to wong bills to Parma Jona farma pona beola yarna corna filda barna micia calma dice ascend strife kenta enter tice past pazzu one more bag of shard relapse di march attractive arse amassing parts in the back of car and trash the yard alas te pardon me that's too march to a weapon to be in your bank you farted defrauded as you in such horrid fact stored in nuts for all time facialized beach report to swim not cold in once